Seems like we were right here within about, 48 hours or so. So are both the teams that are taking the court this evening. It was not one, but two 5-set classics that have advanced both these two schools to districts. Only one can continue to play after this evening. As we welcome you to the Thunderdome, Archbold High School Gymnasium, DCTV Sports is on the air. Brent Balbinot alongside Scoop Miller, as it is. What are we looking at here? We are looking at Division 7, a Northwest District final between the Ayersville Pilots and the Hilltop Cadets. Both these teams no strangers to each other. However, they only played an exhibition or a scrimmage earlier this year. Tonight, their first official meeting counts a whole lot more. The Estill Chevrolet Cadillac pregame show is on the air. We're going to break this one down. We'll also have a coach and player profile interview for you coming up in just a couple of minutes. But Scoop, we've talked with both coaches. We're going to hear from head coach Tav Tyler for the Pilots here coming up in just a couple of minutes. Look, it's one thing to get excited, and deservedly so, when you not only beat a quality opponent, but you do so in Hollywood-esque fashion, so to speak. But the key is, don't get too high after wins, obviously too low after losses, but also flush it, because you didn't win a state championship. You just won one of many in a playoff bracket that you need to continue to win to be able to wear the uniform one more time. If tonight's matchup is even half as entertaining as either of the two teams' previous games on Monday night, well, we're in for a real treat this evening.
Well, we certainly would be, because Monday night's two semifinals here at the Thunderdome were just incredible. Both teams advanced where they had their backs to the wall. They had to overcome adversity throughout the match, but credit both these teams. They found a way to get it done. And for Ayersville, it was the first time all season that they had a 5-set win after going 0 for so many times.
They've been 0 for 5 this season. But if you're going to win a 5-set match, might as well make it in the playoffs, right?
No question about it. And now you take that wave of momentum and you apply it to tonight. But again, you have to come ready to play tonight, because this is going to be a similar type of match where you can't take plays off. Both teams are going to have runs. Both teams have athletes. But you have to persevere and play it out. And if that means 5 sets, we'll take it again once tonight, because we saw a couple instant classics on Monday night.
Well, we're going to break down this one 7 ways from Sunday, and certainly we're going to talk about both teams' strong middles. Brooklyn Michael, in particular, was 1 block away from a double-double Monday night against Pettisville. And Libby Baker, the 6'3 senior, is just imposing. You notice her when she walks into the gym. You'll certainly notice her once they serve up first serve here. But before we do that, I had a chance to stop out to Ayersville and talk with head coach Tav Tyler yesterday. Our player profile is going to be everybody's All-American. 5'6" junior Kendra Waldren. She plays multiple sports. She's an honors student, and she was also available for a prep period at 1:30. So all of that makes her our player profile, but we've got a unique feature to this that's going to be a little 4-letter network-ish, if you will. I don't want to give it away, but we added some technology to this player profile that we haven't done so before, so we invite you to stick around. First things first, though, we're going to talk with head coach Tav Tyler. She's going to break down that big win against Pettisville, as well as preview Hilltop. We're going to take a quick timeout. The pregame continues. It is brought to you by Estill Chevrolet Cadillac, and it's right after this on DCTV Sports.
Estill Chevrolet Cadillac is this area's new and used car headquarters, earning your trust one satisfied customer at a time. Estill Chevrolet Cadillac, North Clinton Street in Defiance, and online at drivebobestill.com. Simplify your everyday banking with convenient account options and digital banking features that fit your unique lifestyle. Premier Bank, everyday banking solutions designed for you. Explore solutions today at yourpremierbank.com. Stamball Jewelers is your trusted source for diamonds, fine jewelry, watches, and gifts. Whether you're looking for a dazzling engagement ring, a timeless anniversary gift, or a present for someone special, Stamball Jewelers has something for every occasion. Visit us today and discover why we've been serving the community since 1948. Brunswick Eye and Contact Lens Center. Personalized service and quality products in a friendly and caring atmosphere. Schedule your appointment today. Brunswick Eye and Contact Lens Center, Stadium Drive in Defiance, and online at visionsource-brunswickeye.com. Visit Mark Moats Ford and check out some of the best new Ford models. Mark Moats Ford has been serving the Defiance community since 1916. Visit them today, County Road 424 in Defiance, and online at markmoatsford.com.
Welcome back. The Estill Chevrolet Cadillac pregame show continues. It is time for another round of playoff volleyball. Ayersville was previously 0-5 in 5-set matches up until Monday night. It was the 4th-seeded Pilots taking on the top seed Pettisville. They fell down 2-1. But if you're going to win a 5-set match, might as well win the last one. They've earned the right to wear the uniform one more time as they will be taking on Hilltop this evening. Same philosophy applies. Winner advances, loser packs up their gear until next year. Coach Tyler joining us right now for the pregame, brought to you by Estill Chevrolet Cadillac, located on North Clinton Streets in Defiance. Check out why they are making everyone satisfied, thousands of customers, one at a time. Before we preview, we got to recap. You okay with that?
Yep.
First things first, did the bus actually touch the pavement on the way home, or did it kind of float? Because I can't imagine any of the players' feet were touching the ground after that one. It's probably been 1,000,000. I'll make it 1,000,001. Congratulations. How proud of you are your team?
Thank you. I am so proud of how they played. I think all of them played together as a team very well. After the game, it was phenomenal, the energy that they just brought, even throughout the game. Sometimes we lost the set, but then we came back, and the energy kept us rolling.
Is there any one thing that you can put your finger on? I know it was a team effort, but was there a moment or a performance, or maybe a couple of areas of performance that you can really, truly say, that got us over the hump?
I think one big thing was definitely our defense. Our defense really stepped up. Our back row did phenomenal catching or getting all the balls that we haven't fully gotten all season, and then our front row stepped up as well. We had some big blocks, we had big swings, and it all just finally came together.
All right, you mentioned big blocks and big swings. We've got to talk about Brooklyn Michael. She's playing well beyond her years, her experience. Does she even know what she's doing right now, or is she just so loose it's almost like she's playing with house money right now?
I think yesterday I definitely talked to her. I've been talking to her about bending her knees, that she can get so much higher when she does that. And yesterday it proved. She got lots of blocks, lots of touches on the ball because she was adamantly bending her knees. But I feel like she's just so go with the flow that she can move and adjust to the ball however needed.
One play that doesn't go her way also doesn't seem to stick with her. She flushes stuff pretty quickly, it seems like.
Yep.
One of the things you and I were talking about during the pregame was serve reception. Pettisville wasn't just one of the best serving teams in the area, one of the best in the state. How was your serve receive in that game?
I think we were definitely able to see the ball, see where it was going, and move accordingly. That I did the stats at school, and that was one of the better serve receive games that we've had for a while.
I know I asked you this in the post game. I'm going to go ahead and ask it here in the next pregame. 0-5 previously in 5 sets. You earned a fifth set. What was the mood like? I know there wasn't any talk about previous, but can you walk us through the conversations, the attitude that was taking place in that fifth set?
Basically, when we knew we were going to a fifth set, the energy when they came off the court was amazing. And right then I knew, okay, we are going to fight. We have the momentum. They're kind of losing momentum. This is good for us. And then we ended up getting served. Our momentum kept going. The crowd was behind us. And we just kept playing our game. We didn't sync to how they were feeling. We played our game and continued.
Strong serving in that fifth set. As a matter of fact, I'm trying to think, Beecher, Sheets had several runs throughout 5 sets. I know we talked about serve receive, but how important was your service in that game?
Serving was a huge part of it. When looking back at it, we only missed maybe 4 serves the entire game, and that was a huge reason we didn't give them those free points. We were able to continue rallying with them.
All right, that's the recap. Let's preview. Second-seeded Hilltop. They got pushed by Edgerton in 5 sets. There was a little bit of controversy. We're not going to go there because basically the scoreboard is the final stat. But with that said, they've got some height. They're also very strong in the middle. We start with the 6'3" middle blocker, Libby Baker, who seems to do just about everything for them. Break them down for us.
They are definitely a strong team overall. They obviously wouldn't be here if they weren't that strong competitive. And I think yesterday was a good game for them as well. Going 5 sets into it, both of us went into 5. It'll be a really tough match, but it'll be some good volleyball.
What do you need to do to continue to keep the season going?
We just need to continue to work as a team, work together, and just continue that defense that I saw on Monday night. Continue that all-out defense, the playing like who cares what happens, just go out, have fun, and kind of have that attitude and keep swinging at the ball.
That's kind of the attitude we take with our broadcast, too. Who cares, right? Just kidding. Congratulations on a well-deserved win. Season's not over with just yet. Best of luck tonight.
Thank you.
Coach Tyler joining us on the pregame. We're going to take a quick timeout. We've got our player profile. You might have heard of her, Kendra Waldren. We'll be talking with her next. The Estill Chevrolet Cadillac pregame show continues right after this. You're watching DCTV Sports.
For the past 70 years, Midwest Community Federal Credit Union has been your financial partner, helping you achieve your dreams and secure your future. Midwest Community Federal Credit Union, with locations in Defiance, Bryan, and Napoleon. Find out more at midwestcommunity.org.
Discover top-quality healthcare education at Northwest State. Our instructors have real-world experience, so they know how to prepare you for great career opportunities. Northwest State, where you'll get the top-quality healthcare education you need to succeed.
Welcome back. The Estill Chevrolet Cadillac pregame show continues on DCTV Sports. We've got another volleyball matchup as 4th-seeded Ayersville knocked off top-seeded Pettisville on Monday night. They have earned the right to wear the uniform one more time. Tonight, it is 2nd-seeded Hilltop. Somebody's going to advance. The loser will pack up their gear until next season. I'm Brent Balbinot saying thanks for joining us, being joined by Miss Everything here, our player profile, Kendra Waldren. Now, you are technically a little bit of everything, but what are you officially listed on the roster as?
A junior.
Position-wise?
Outside hitter.
Outside hitter. We're going to talk about her stats Monday night because you would have thought back row, but everybody on this team gets a little dirty from time to time. So, first things first, congratulations.
Thank you.
How much time did you celebrate as a team before you started to lock back in and get ready for your next match?
A little too much. Like on the bus, obviously we're all talking. We're all like saying what we did good in the game and everything. After the game, we ate too much probably. But we were planning on like maybe having a pep rally on Wednesday before the game to hype us up. So talk about this team. Number one, how much better is it now compared to just a couple months ago at the beginning of the season? At the beginning of the season, we were all kind of nervous. We didn't have much experience. So now that we're all having like varsity time, like playing more competition, I feel like we all kind of know what we're doing now. We're not as nervous, not as like, oh, should I get that? Yeah, we're used to playing with each other. All right, so I want you to rewind to last season. Yeah. There was a couple college-level players on this roster, your sister obviously included. Now flash forward to the off-season. You knew that you were going to have a role, especially becoming an upperclassman. Yeah. What did the coach tell you she wanted you to do? Honestly, just have more confidence in myself. I honestly, like, if I make a mistake, I get upset. So I'm not going to lie to you, like, that's just how I am. So obviously I'm still working on that. And obviously I'm still working on, like, little physical things that I can fix. But I'm doing better, I feel. And next season, I think, will be a lot better. Well, next season, you're still playing this season. I know. It's going pretty well for you. What were you working on, skill set wise? Was there any particular area of your game that you wanted to improve? My approach, for sure. I tend to go too fast and like either hesitate or like, I don't know, like keep the ball behind me. Like I go too fast and then I can't see the set and then I can't adjust. So I just need to keep the ball in front of me. And I know that. And in a game, it just kind of doesn't spark, so. I almost feel like we're on Game Day Nation right here. We're going to have to do more pregame interviews in Coach's room because we've got technology behind us. Right here, you can see the team stats from that big win against Pettisville. And right here, Kendra Waldren, a couple of aces, 8 kills, 24 digs. As a matter of fact, I'm looking up here, your setter, Allison Eldridge has 28. You've got 24. Lainey Sheets with 17. Rylan Beach, who plays out of the front row, has got 24. What's the mindset? This team seems to be okay with sacrificing their body, diving, getting dirty, so to speak. With us? Yes. Yes. We like hustle so much, I feel like in practice even we play like we would in a game. So I feel like our hustle really shows. What do you have to do against Hilltop? They've got a couple of very tall players, very strong middles. We have to play really good defense, obviously. We have to see their hitters. We have to take advantage when tall girls in the back row. Let's talk a little bit about you as the student athlete. Oh, no. You have to crack a book, got to stay eligible to stay in the uniform. Yeah. You and I have talked about this before. What's the grade point average for you? Well, 4.5 right now, but don't jinx me. I don't believe in the broadcaster's jinx. Scoop and I have talked about this a million times. You guys operate off of a 5.0 scale at Ayersville? No, we operate off of a 4.0, but I do take college classes. Okay. So it brings me up to a 4.0. So I know you're a junior, but potentially am I talking to the class valedictorian here? Oh, no way. No? There's no way. Somebody else is ahead of you? Yeah. Okay. What's your favorite subject? Math or art. I can't choose. They're very different, but I still can't choose. Okay. You play multiple sports. Yes. For those that maybe haven't seen a DCTV broadcast, how many other sports besides volleyball? I play softball and basketball. Okay. I won't ask you which one's your favorite. You got your volleyball coach with an earshot. I know Coach Nicely is going to be watching this, as will probably Coach Zartman. So they're all your favorite depending on what time of the year it is, right? Yeah. Okay. For sure. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about where you're at moving forward. It can be
overwhelming sometimes. So often you see a team pull off an upset, although in your locker room, Coach was saying in the postgame, don't tell them it was an upset.
Yeah.
But then it's not uncommon to all of a sudden naturally just kind of exhale, maybe downshift a little bit. You're going to face the number 2 seed coming up in the next round.
Yeah.
What does the team need to do, both physically but also mentally?
We just have to prepare ourselves, honestly, like have that confidence, have that energy, because if we don't have energy, then we don't have anything to feed off of, and they can feed off of our low energy. So we just have to be confident.
Who does the team feed off? Do you have a spark plug, somebody that does kind of the cheerleading or the rah-rah?
Not really. Our bench is really, really important. Like, we feed off of our bench's energy. We feed off of the energy on the floor, but we obviously have some leaders on the team.
You kind of touched on it a little bit earlier, but I'll ask you again and be more specific. What does Ayersville need to do to keep playing?
We have to use the other team's disadvantages to our advantage. We have to use their mistakes because it's hard to fix a mistake twice. So we need to use their mistakes to get ourselves a point, I guess.
You'll take a freebie. It doesn't matter how you get them.
Yeah.
They still count on the scoreboard, right? Congratulations, not just on the season so far, but best of luck moving ahead.
Thank you.
Kendra Waldren is our player profile. We're going to take a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll have the keys to the game and the starting lineups. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the Ayersville Chevrolet Cadillac pregame show on DCTV Sports.
The Strady Center for the Arts. Entertainment on a whole new level. The Strady Center for the Arts presents a full lineup of culture and entertainment right here in our community. Check out the full lineup and purchase your tickets today at defiancearts.org. Stamball Jewelers is your trusted source for diamonds, fine jewelry, watches, and gifts. Whether you're looking for a dazzling engagement ring, a timeless anniversary gift, or a present for someone special, Stamball Jewelers has something for every occasion. Visit us today and discover why we've been serving the community since 1948. Brunswick Eye and Contact Lens Center. Personalized service and quality products in a friendly and caring atmosphere. Schedule your appointment today. Brunswick Eye and Contact Lens Center, Stadium Drive in Defiance, and online at visionsource-brunswickeye.com.
The Ayersville Chevrolet Cadillac pregame show continues as we welcome you back to Archibald High School Gymnasium, otherwise known as the Thunderdome. Brent Balbinot alongside Scoop Miller as we've got 4th-seeded Ayersville taking on 2nd-seeded Hilltop for the right to advance for one more round of the playoffs. Time for our keys to the game, brought to you by Northwest State Community College. Your key to great career opportunities begins with a great education at Northwest State. Visit northweststate.edu or give them a call at 419-267-1320 today. All right, let's start with the 2nd-seeded Hilltoppers. They entered tonight's contest at 21-3 overall, 6-1 out of the Buckeye Border Conference. And Scoop, what do they need to do to advance?
Well, they have to control the back row. Hilltop needs to really play clean the back row and effectively get the ball to the middles. First contact versus aggressive serving Pilot team will be crucial if Hilltop would like to advance to next week's regional tournament. I think the second key tonight for the Cadets is going to be court coverage. They need to play solid defense, find ways to extend points when the Pilots are on the attack. And the third key tonight for Hilltop will be get in system. This is a lethal Hilltop team when they're in system and have all options available. With the combination of Libby Baker and Bryn Rodriguez, this is a difficult cadet team to defend. Looking to get to the regional tournament for the second time in the last 4 years.
We're going to hold on the Ayersville keys to the game as we're getting set for the playing of our national anthem. It's brought to you by Defiance County Veterans Office, proud to support local veterans and their families. Check them out, defiance-county.com/veterans office. The national anthem, brought to you by our underwriter, the Defiance County Veterans Office. Proud to support veterans and their families by connecting them to support programs and benefits from the VA and Department of Defense. Check out what might be available to you as a veteran at defiance-county.com/Veterans Office. Let's finish up our keys to the game, this time for the Ayersville Pilots. Scoop, what did the 4th seed need to do to keep that upset special rolling?
Well, it's going to start with defending Libby Baker. The Pilots have to find a way to make Hilltop stand out. Libby Baker earned everything she gets tonight. Look for Ayersville to send a double team her way anytime she's in that front row. I think the second key tonight for the Pilots, minimize unforced errors. This is something that's plagued the Pilots throughout the season, but something they were so good at in that 5-set win Monday night against number 1 seeded Pettisville. I think the third key tonight for Ayersville is going to be serving. You know, this was a huge strength in that upset win over number 1 seeded Pettisville, where the Pilots racked up 13 aces on Monday night compared to just 6 service errors. I think they're going to put up similar numbers tonight if they want to try to knock off the number 2 seeded team in this district, the Hilltop Cadets.
Those are your keys to the game, brought to you by Northwest State Community College. Your key to great career opportunities begins with a great education at Northwest State. Visit northweststate.edu or call them today at 419-267-1320. Time now for a look at your starting lineups, brought to you by Baker Schindler Company, proudly serving the area with the highest quality contracting services for nearly 100 years. Baker Schindler Company of Defiance and Paulding, baker-schindler.com. Let's take a peek at the second-seeded Cadets of Hilltop. They got here after knocking off Edgerton in a 5-set thriller on Monday night. Gianna Rising, a 5'5 senior. She's an opposite or right side hitter. She's got 32 kills, but as an outside hitter, Scoop, 140 digs. They get dirty on this roster. Libby Baker, miss everything. The 6'3 senior middle blocker, 428 kills, 96 blocks. And oh yeah, she also serves nearly 95% with 50 aces this season. At the outside hitter, Elena Van Arsdalen, a 5'5 senior. She's got 47 kills, but also doubles as a setter, Scoop. She's got 479 assists. They run a 5'2". The other setter is Hayden Johansson, a 5'5 junior. She's got 210 assists and 64 digs. Also an excellent server at 94% with 31 aces. Brooklyn Kuzma will be another outside hitter. Pardon me, she's the libero. Kuzma, a 5-foot junior. She serves at 94% with 38 aces and 135 digs. And then the other big offensive threat is Bryn Rodriguez, the 6-foot junior outside hitter, 267 kills, 149 digs. The following 6 will take the court for the 4th-seeded Ayersville Cadets. And there you take a look at them. Rylan Beecher, the 5'8 senior, in the middle, 122 kills, 98% server, and 329 digs. Kendra Waldren, our player profile, the 5'6 junior, at 1 outside hitter, 108 kills. Also into triple digits in digs at 351. Grace Flory is your outside hitter. She is their number 1 option, 261 kills, 158 digs for the 5'10 junior. Allison Eldridge is everywhere on the court. The 5'5 junior setter, 671 assists. She serves at 94%, but also has 272 digs. Lainey Sheets at the opposite, a 5'7 junior, 57 kills, 31 aces. And then a windmill and a tornado is your 5'6 junior libero, Michaela Laker Sierra, 526 digs. She serves just an eyelash under 80% with 31 aces. Those are your starting lineups, brought to you by Baker Schindler Company, serving the area with the highest quality contracting services for nearly 100 years. BakerSchindler.com. All right, we've had 24 hours of hype. It's all going to funnel into about 2 hours of truth. One of these two teams will be advancing to the next round of the playoffs. The loser will have to buy a ticket if they want to get into the gym.
And for Ayersville, trying to get to that regional level for the second consecutive year after reaching just last season, getting knocked out in the regional semis. They'd love to get another crack at it. They'll have their hands full with the cadet team under 37th year head coach Janice Bruner. who last year picked up her 500th career win. Just the 31st person in Ohio history to be able to do that.
There you take a look at it. Winner advances to the regionals. That will be at Lakota. Somebody will earn the right here in about 2 hours. Ayersville serving first. Out of system. Beecher sends over a freebie. And no surprises there. Baker's going to get a ton of opportunities. They'll set Beecher to the near pin. Now they'll run Rodriguez out of the back row, even though she's technically an outside hitter. Both teams being very methodical in the early going. And look at this. Brooklyn Michael is actually starting in the middle. So I stood corrected, as I don't see Grace Flory on the court right now. So you're going to go strength versus strength here, Scoop. Both teams with very strong middles.
That's going to be a great matchup that everyone will have their eyes on tonight.
Oh, and there we go. The senior versus the junior. And Brooklyn Michael says, I'm not afraid.
Well, the block party gets started early here at the Thunderdome as Brooklyn Michael, who had 9 blocks in that Monday night win, picks up her first one tonight.
Michael had 17 kills, 9 blocks, and 6 digs in that big 5-set win over Pettisville on Monday. As Ayersville sends over a freebie. They'll set Baker in the middle. She unloads. Michael's there again. This one dinked over. Ayersville trying to get something in system, and these two are just going to beat on each other for the next 2 hours, folks. Nice job by Rylan Beecher to adjust and come down the near line. And how about this? It's a 3-point run off the serve of Allison Eldridge to open up the match. A little bit of a haul. Baker just a bit off the 10-foot mark. Beecher tries to dink it over. Johansson, they're going to go to Rodriguez out of the back row. And just a little too amped up there. Eldridge had the right idea on the dump, but she was trying to go deep. And we have yet to have a kill. We've had nothing but side outs or blocks for points right now, Scoop.
Yeah, you're right. And Ayersville spotted Bryn Rodriguez moving in, so they tried to push one to that back corner. Just missed a little bit deep.
Van Arsdalen serving. She will set to the far pin. Actually, it's the middle, and there's our first kill of the night. The ball just comes off the fists of Livy Baker a little differently. If you closed your eyes and didn't see who was spiking, you could still tell probably who it was.
You're right. She's got so much power, and again, that downward trajectory, boy, she can end points in a hurry, and I'm sure that's what the cadets would love to do here tonight.
This one, a free ball sent over. Van Arsdalen will set Baker. She dinks it, but Sheets is there. They'll set Beecher to the near side. This will come out of the back row. Rodriguez unloads. Nice job by Eldridge. They'll set far pin and just mistimed by Lainey Sheets. So after a 3-point run to open up the match, Hilltop answers with 3 of their own. Van Arsdalen, an excellent server at 92%. She's got 68 aces. That is a single season record for the program. Baker unloads, and that ball was deflected off of Brooklyn Michael, and you don't see Michaela Laker Sierra deked very often, but it took a different trajectory, and she didn't have a prayer on it.
Another strong hit that time by Libby Baker. Now 4 consecutive points by the cadets.
Good platform down by Sierra. Michael unloads. They're going to set Baker again. Get used to it. Bumped up. Beecher on the dink. Oh, what a tremendous up by Van Arsdalen. Baker stumped. Who's going to get the better of who tonight, Scoop? I don't think there's any question. It's both coaches clearly aren't going to tiptoe around each other. It's going to be strength on strength tonight.
Yeah, and why not? Both these teams know that you want to leave it all out there. If you're going to go down, you're going down swinging.
Oh, that was sailing wide, but was it touched before it went out of bounds? It was. Bryn Rodriguez wishing she could have that one back, as that's going to be a Premier Bank ace.
Now, tremendous serve once again from Beecher, trying to double them up.
Ryan Beecher, the best server on the team at 98%, as that one's put away by Baker. Her 3rd kill of the set, and it ties us up at 5-all. Good crowd on hand here tonight as the libero, Brooklyn Kuzmol, will check in. Another very good server at 94%, 38 aces on the season. High looping serve. in system. Michael trying from the far pin. As we've got Addison Zartman, the 6-foot senior, in now in the front row, and that one's down. The linesman was about to call out, and I think he realized he made the mistake. He kind of ran through diamond vision in his head, and that's drawing the ire from some of the Ayersville faithful. Was that Baker that got that kill?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
Baker went right at the double attack block in the first service error of the night.
So tied at half a dozen each. Brooklyn Michael, the 5'11 junior, a 91% server on the season, back to do the honors. Waldren and Sierra will take a seat on the bench for Ayersville. They'll set Baker on the near pin. That's out of bounds off Beecher, and I think a little confusion between her and Allison Eldridge out of the back row. Scoop, no surprise, but it looks like Hilltop is targeting the Ayersville setter. They're trying to take her out of the play and force somebody else to make the second touch.
Again, we talked about Janice Bruner in her 37th season. She's a coach that known the game very well, will try to take advantage of anything she can see on that other side.
Sierra from her knees, Sheets unloads, it takes Baker down, but will play on. Holy cow. Near pin. And we've got the freshman Boer in. Kendall Boer saw some action on Monday against top-seeded Pettisville, and she'll get a hack at it there, but sends it long. How did Libby Baker, that was just self-preservation off that Laney Sheets spike.
That really was, and Libby Baker, as good as she is in the front row, she's been a very solid server, scoring tons of points for the Cadets all season.
Boer didn't get her timing down there. She sends a free ball into no man's land. Rodriguez unloads. Beecher's there. This will come out of the back row. Quick set. Rodriguez. Beecher, quick reaction. They'll set Boer near side. Both teams now getting good looks in system. Far pin. Just a little high on the up from Johansson. Now Rodriguez with the dink, but Sheets is there. Boer sends over a free ball. A little bit of a run for Van Arsdalen. Kind of an odd angle. We'll see if Ayersville can get something done here. Far pin. Rodriguez again. That should be out of bounds off the block. Yes. So a kill from somebody other than Libby Baker, the first of the night for Hilltop. And what's the run on her serve right now, Scoop?
Well, 3 consecutive service points here by Libby Baker. Again, she's been their top server. She was Monday night in that thriller against Edgerton.
Now there's a net violation. Actually, it was one too many contacts. It would have been a net violation if they hadn't hit 4. And head coach Tav Tyler up, trying to get a little bit of confidence back in her 5'7 junior Oppo. Baker goes cross court right at Sheets. It's a little bit of a run for Eldridge. And the left-handed hitting Clark couldn't clear the tape. And I think Ayersville wants a timeout. Yes, they do. After scoring the first 3 points to open up the match, they find themselves down by a handful. We'll take a Mark Motes Ford timeout, located on County Road 424 in Defiance and online at markmotesford.com. We're back after this on DCTV Sports.
Brunswick Eye and Contact Lens Center. Personalized service and quality products in a friendly and caring atmosphere. Schedule your appointment today. Brunswick Eye and Contact Lens Center. Stadium Drive in Defiance and online at visionsource-brunswickeye.com.
Back at the Thunderdome, Archbold High School Gymnasium, Brent Balbinot alongside Scoop Miller. 4th-seeded Ayersville, 2nd-seeded Hilltop. Winner advances to next week's regionals. It will be at Lakota. Right now, we'll just wait and see who wins this one. We won't preview. I know both coaches would sit here and say, one match at a time. We're not out of the first set of this one. But Scoop right now, after jumping out to an early 3-0 lead, especially off the serve of Libby Baker, Hilltop is kicking on all cylinders.
Well, they really are. 11 of the last 14 points belong to the Cadets, riding that strong serve of Libby Baker.
This one towards the net, but Boer will have to bump it over. Here comes Rodriguez. Eldridge, nice job. This will be a free ball. And again, Hilltop working in system. Not quite a quick set. It looked like a combo play, but nobody knew who was responsible for it. They'll set off the 10-foot line. Nice up by Kuzmo. Boy, Ayersville having trouble getting in system. Can Boer do anything with that? Just a little long. Scoop, the farther out you get towards that 10-foot line, the timing gets a little bit more difficult. Obviously, the angle isn't as sharp. They call that the hot zone quite a bit, and Ayersville hasn't been able to operate in it very much.
Not a bit. Here's going to be another free ball from the back row. Cadets trying to cash
Quick set, and Rodriguez sends it long.
Now that ends a 6-0 run by the Cadets, but gives them a little separation here as we approach the midway point of this opening set.
Sheets spins the ball in her hands. Good deep serve. Little bit of a run for Johansson. This is going to be a little bit of a run here. Can Boer do something with this one? It clipped the tape. Dinked over, and that will go wide. Scoop through 8 points now for Ayersville as they're now within 4. I still don't have a kill for anybody for the Pilots. Everything's coming on a side out or out of bounds.
They haven't been in system. Their only really spike attempts have been from behind the 10-foot line.
Ooh, and a tough service error. Lainey Sheets was so good Monday night, and the look of surprise on her face, that doesn't happen very often.
Yeah, the Cadets more than happy to side out Lainey Sheets early in that rotation.
So this will be Johansson. So come about the 10-foot mark there, and the middle block is up. Right now, Waldren is in the middle of it. And that's going to be off the fingertips of the freshman, Boer.
What great execution by Hilltop that time. They went with the pipe set to the superstar Libby Baker, and she delivers, gets the kill off the block.
She's got 6 kills of their 14 points. Good first touch by Sheets. Whoa, they're going to set back. That's double contact. Actually a lifted ball, carried ball. And another timeout by Coach Tav Tyler. 15-8. We'll take a Mark Motes Ford timeout. County Road 424 in Defiance. Online at Mark Motes Ford, serving the community since 1916. We're back after this on DCTV Sports.
Visit Mark Motes Ford and check out some of the best new Ford models. Mark Motes Ford has been serving the Defiance community since 1916. Visit them today, County Road 424 in Defiance, and online at markmotesford.com.
There you get a good look at a very quiet, maybe contemplative Ayersville huddle as they jumped out to an early 3-0 lead against second-seeded Hilltop. But too much Libby Baker and a few other teammates sprinkled in right now, and the Pilots find themselves on the short end of a 15-8 score against the Cadets. Still a lot of volleyball to play, Scoop, but right now I'm guessing Coach Tav Tyler talking about the need for a good first touch. Ayersville has not been able to run their offense in system very much today.
No, it's been apparent. Their first contact has really put them on the defensive side of things this entire first set. We'll see if they can right the ship.
Deep serve. Sierra had trouble with it, and here comes another free ball. Johansson sets Rodriguez. She tries the dink. Now maybe something. Boer goes cross court. Out of the back row, Baker with the miss hit. They will run a lot of their offense, whether it's Baker or Rodriguez, out of the back row, Scoop.
Well, they have confidence in both those two ladies, and why not? I mean, they've been a combined all BBC 7 years, and that's just because Rodriguez is only a junior this year.
Wow. Well, Booher actually taps that over behind her back. They'll set far pin. And do we have a net violation? Looks like we do. Actually, one contact too many, excuse me. I'm going to go a little slower with my calls here because the floor umpire and the tower umpire are seemingly checking in with each other before an official call is actually made. So a little bit more sagacious, if you will. I know www.dictionary.com. As off the block, but Sheets is there. Now that pass was right on the money, and that's going to be, I believe, a carry again. Eldridge had the right idea with the dump, but you can see the frustration now really starting to set in on the Pilots players' faces.
Yeah, right now they're just completely out of sync, no confidence, and there's really the first clean reception they've had, but they miss-hit on the spike attempt.
Down 18-9 as Giada Rising continues her serve. Good deep serve. Waldren with a good first touch. There's something in system, and finally a much-needed side out. And Scoop, unless my lion eyes deceive me, that's the first actual kill for Ayersville so far here in the first set, and we are 28 points into it combined.
Just amazing. No one saw that coming, and credit Hilltop with their solid deep serves.
Ooh, that just missed a deep serve, and it was very close to clipping the line. Just a matter of inches between a service error and a service ace for Michaela Laker Sierra. And the service goes right back to the Cadets. Rodriguez, my goodness, off the block. Rodriguez back to serve again. They have now doubled up the Pilots. First team to that all-important 20-point mark. That's a good first touch. In system, and there it doesn't matter. Baker's there to take care of Michael's best.
Well, tremendous job that time on the block by Livy Baker, and Michael had a good look at it, had it in her strike zone.
That was arguably the best offensive play that Ayersville's run so far tonight.
And that's what makes it frustrating. You really struggle once you get there. You get it put right back in your face.
Here's another good one, and that's a cagey move by Brooklyn Michael. Sometimes discretion's the better part of valor, right?
Absolutely, and that was certainly the smart call right there, and they get a much-needed point.
Eldridge with a nice job of zone serving, but that was well done on the dump over by Van Arsdalen, and out of bounds off the block.
Yeah, how about Van Arsdalen that time getting a nice-looking swing there from that strong side pin. And now once again, the Hilltop has Ayersville doubled up, 22-11.
Closing in on the first set. They'll run out of the back row, and a miss hit by Sheets. And right now, I think the best thing that could happen for Ayersville is the end of this first set. Sometimes you just need to hit the reboot button.
Yeah, they can't get to that reset button soon enough right now. Things have not gone their way.
Oh, that's an overpass, and you knew exactly what was going to happen there, and Baker gives Eldridge a facial in the process. Wow.
You don't get the party ball very often. When you do, you're going to see the results that we saw there from Livy Baker.
We had a whistle, and what happened there?
Rotation violation.
Rotation violation, and that is I hate to say it, the freest of gifts to win a set, 25-11. And that hammers home my point even more. Ayersville just needed the first set to come to an end. 25-11 as the Cadets just firing on all cylinders. We're going to take a Mark Moats Ford timeout. Set number 2 when we come back. Hilltop up 1-0. You're watching DCTV Sports.
Estill Chevrolet Cadillac is this area's new and used car headquarters, earning your trust one satisfied customer at a time. Estill Chevrolet Cadillac, North Clinton Street in Defiance, and online at drivebobestill.com. Proudly serving the area with the highest quality contracting services for nearly 100 years. Baker Schindler Company of Defiance and Paulding, 419-782-5080. Online at baker-schindler.com. For the past 70 years, Midwest Community Federal Credit Union has been your financial partner, helping you achieve your dreams and secure your future. Midwest Community Federal Credit Union, with locations in Defiance, Bryan, and Napoleon. Find out more at midwestcommunity.org.
We welcome you back to the Thunderdome. Brent Balbinot alongside Scoop Miller, Archibald High School Gymnasium. District final championship here between the 4th-seeded Ayersville Pilots and the 2nd-seeded Hilltop Cadets. And after jumping out to a 3-0 lead off the service of Allison Eldridge, Pilots really looked good. Hilltop got things moving, and got things moving in particular, not just off the serve, but the offense of 6'3" middle blocker Libby Baker. So, Scoop, here's the question. What's your message to your team if you're Ayersville head coach Tav Tyler as you get set for set number 2?
Well, you have to flush it and focus on the next set. And with that being said, there's a lot of adjustments here that Ayersville needs to make. But I think most of them are just from a confidence and aggressive standpoint. They have to really start playing with that chip on their shoulder, start playing, having fun out there. But again, they've been a little bit tentative, especially when Baker's been at the net. But then when Baker rotated that back row, her serving just kind of put the seal of doom on Ayersville's fate in that opening set.
That's a long way to run for Eldridge off the serve of Rodriguez, and again in system. Here come the Hilltoppers. Baker unloads. Eldridge to Beecher. That gets down for a much-needed kill.
Well, we had to wait, 28-plus points in that opening set before the first kill by the Pilots. And that time they wasted little time as we saw the mentality. The aggressiveness was certainly there.
Scoop, we're not going to speculate. We didn't catch it largely because Hilltop was just so impressive in that first set. But Grace Flory has not been on the court yet tonight for Ayersville. So we are certainly hoping the best for her. But right now, wow. And sometimes when you're just hitting on all cylinders, you get those types of plays.
Yeah, you just kind of tip your cap. Those things tend to even out in the long run, but that does put the Cadets on top here early in set 2.
Boer tries the cut angle. Here comes Baker again. Give her another. I unofficially had her for 8 kills in the first set. She's going to be in double digits very, very soon. Van Arsdalen. Good serve. That almost overpassed, and there it is. She's got 10 terminations. 5 points into set number 2.
Yeah, just incredible. And we talked about it, one of the keys. Easier said than done, but you have to make her work for everything. And right now, she's playing at such a high level, as are her teammates.
Good first touch. Here comes Beecher. Puts it down. Rylan Beecher.
Yeah, great start to the second set by the senior Rylan Beecher. That time she gives the Pilot fans something to cheer about.
So now, Clark and Zartman will both check in. This is about as big a lineup, minus obviously Michael, that Ayersville can put on the court. And it still doesn't matter. The 6'3" Baker is just having her way.
Well, again, their back row is playing so clean right now. They're controlling the back row. They're getting in system. And as we mentioned, this is a tough matchup when the Cadets are on system. Boy, they've been there early and often here tonight.
Deep serve. Beecher retreats. They'll work it out of the back row. She almost found the middle, but Van Arsdalen, a nice job for a dig. Again, tough to get into system. Boer tried. Cadets in system. That ball sounded a little flat off of Rising's fist. They're going to try again, this time with their stud as she dinks it over. Kuzmal. Here comes Baker. Oh, what a tremendous effort by Sierra, but that's just asking too much. How hot do you think that ball's coming in?
Tell you what, it had a lot of steam behind it as Hilltop has brought the heat tonight, and they're off to a fantastic start here in set 2, having the Pilots tripled up 6-2.
Good first touch in system. Clark, Rodriguez, nice up out of the back row. And even with the block there, it just doesn't matter. Here's your backup setter, Johansson, with the kill. And everybody and seemingly anybody in a red jersey right now is feasting. Another free ball, almost a collision there. And yet still Baker gets up and they set her. Why not, right? Boer. Oh, what a tremendous up by Kuzmal. This time the block's there for Ayersville. Nice job by Zartman and Clark.
Yeah, great job. They timed it perfectly, and Clark was able to perhaps get credit for it, but well done. Great execution there on that defensive double block attack. And right now, Ayersville needs to get on a run just from a mental standpoint, if nothing else.
Boer puts a fist into it. Oh, nice up by Beecher. Oh, that's an overpass. Just a little tentative that time. Michael was on it. The block is there this time. Is it there a third time? They'll play on. Ayersville scrapping. Baker terminating. That's her 5th of the set. Unofficially, I've got her with 13 so far on the night.
Just incredible. We talked about her ability to be able to finish points in a hurry. And when they get in system and she's in that front row, good luck trying to stop.
Well, guess who's serving right now? Waldren. Oh, well placed. Well placed.
Well, that's huge. Last time it took 6 service winners before they got Libby Baker off that service line. So this time the Pilots get a quick side out on her.
Well, if Ayersville's going to make a run, it most likely will be off the young lady serving right now, Lainey Sheets. Sierra is there. So still coming about the 10-foot mark. Wow. And what do we have? Violation. Point for the Pilots. They pulled it within 3. That's going to sail long. So 9-5. Johansson puts a fist into it. Sierra with a good first touch. In system. Waldren puts it away. There's a violation as well, but Waldren says, don't take my kill away.
Well, that's the aggressiveness that Ayersville's got to get to, something they've been very tentative with this entire match. They're right now hanging around, trailing by 3, looking for their first run of the evening.
Within arm's reach, Rodriguez, wow. Even when Michael's there, you just see the power, and I'm not just talking about Baker, but in particular Rodriguez. She would clearly be the standout on virtually any other roster. I don't want to call her an anonymous voice in the chorus here because she's still got great numbers. But right there, look at her on the block. What a great luxury. In system. Beecher with the kill. She's got 3 here in set number 2. Ayersville hanging within arm's reach.
Again, a well-executed offensive play that time by Ayersville. One of the few times they've been in system, and Beecher that time is able to get that good-looking kill.
Here comes Rodriguez. Off the block. Beecher tries to go to the far corner. That's an overpass, but again, not able to read it. Still a free ball. Boer just long. Again, there's the difference from 10 feet and even probably half that distance, 5 feet. Boer can't really use her height to get a good angle when you're that far out of the hot zone.
Yeah, that's really been the difference. If you've been watching this point for point, look where Hilltop is hitting the pins at, and look where Ayersville's at.
They're going to run the slide play. Now they get a freebie. Setter to the setter. Beecher. Baker's there. Eldridge, good job communicating. Are they going to set Baker? Yes, they are. Strength on strength. This time the cadet middle blocker has her way. Kill number 6 here in set number 2.
She's so effective in the middle, and they do such a great job of getting into her strike zone. And once again, the senior delivers, and the lead back up to 5 here for Hilltop.
Rodriguez goes deep. Beecher tries to place it, and she does. Rylan Beecher with 4 terminations here in set number 2.
Yeah, she's really kept Ayersville in the thick of things here in the second set. But again, the Pilots looking to string some points together.
Oh, we're going to have a service ace? Yes, we are. Allison Eldridge, a 94% server, has just picked up ace number 42 on the season. A Premier Bank ace, yourpremierbank.com.
Oh, just the second of the night for Ayersville, but
Oh!
by another Premier Bank ace. Back-to-back once again by the junior, Allison Eldridge. And now, don't look now, but the Pilots trailing by just 2.
Within 2 at 12-10. They'll set Baker far pin. Waldren's there. They'll set Boer, finally moving towards the net. What were we just saying a couple of plays ago? What a difference from about 5 feet versus 10 feet, and there the freshman showing off.
Well, you saw all the difference it makes is right there, just those couple feet. Now Ayersville trying to tie.
Baker goes cross court. Sierra's there. The dump. Nice job by Sheets from her knees. Bump, set, Baker. 7 kills on the set.
Baker adds one more to it. She had a chance on the party ball to get that stuff. Ayersville did a great job extending the point. They go right back to Baker, and she seals the deal.
Van Arsdalen, another good first touch. Beecher with the dink. That ball was overpassed. Beecher was there, and did we have a net violation?
Yes, we do. That time the Cadets caught fishing in the net. And Ayersville hanging tough here, trailing by 1 at the midway point of the second set.
Waldren and Sheets head to the bench. Clark and Zartman will check in. Again, no Flory tonight. We didn't get a chance to talk to Ayersville's coaching staff, so we'll hope that she's okay. Beecher to Zartman. Boer. Somehow, that was about as flat sounding off of her fist as it could have, and yet she found an angle.
Boy, she had a tough cut angle, and that ball fell off a table. And now the Pilots have worked it back to a tie at 13.
On the dink, Van Arsdalen. Ayersville insists on, and give her another! Boer with her third termination of the set, and look at this. Ayersville takes the first lead of set 2.
Our first lead change of the second set, and the Pilots are riding wave of momentum right here.
Beecher, very short serve, and there's a Premier Bank service ace. That was well placed. Well placed. And now Hilltop wants a timeout. Coach Bruner has seen enough as the Pilots up by 2, down a set, but don't tell them that as they've got some newfound wind in their sails as we head to this Mark Motes Ford timeout. You're watching DCTV Sports.
Discover affordable transfer opportunities at Northwest State.
Start here and save thousands on tuition.
Our advising team will help you get your credits transferred.
So don't wait another minute. Get started today.
Good look at some newfound energy in that Ayersville huddle as they got dismantled in set number 1, 25-11. They fell behind early here in set number 2, but have come storming back off some great serving. And right now, Ryland Beecher trying to continue it as the 4th seed leading the 2nd seed 15-13 here in set number 2. Beecher goes deep. Baker plays it, and they'll set her. And the block was there, but it's out of bounds off of her.
A great response from Hilltop out of the timeout. Settle into their offense, get a clean first touch there, get the ball in system of Libby Baker, and once again, the senior delivers.
Kuzmal, all 5 foot of her, puts a fist into it. Miscommunication. Well, good job to track it down by Sierra, but this is as free a free ball as Hilltop's going to get. Beecher from her knees. They'll set Boer. Nice job by Rodriguez out of the back row. They'll set near pin. Boer's there! Boy, the freshman is playing well above her grade.
What a fantastic play, and credit to Ayersville all the way around. That save from Ryland Beecher to somehow extend the point, and then the block by Boer there at the net.
16-14.
Largest lead at 16-14, looking for some separation.
Sierra, wow, went right at Kuzmal. They'll set Baker near pin. Back on her rear end. That's as much as I think you could probably expect from Allison Eldridge.
Oh, no question about it. Boy, that was a missile right at her. She somehow was able to react and get a piece of the volleyball, but just could not quite control it.
You see Libby Baker's numbers, 428 kills coming into this match. Scoop, hard to believe because she is a multi-sport athlete. She's a tremendous basketball player. And I asked Coach Bruner, you were down there with me, so where's she going and which sport she's going to play at the next level? And she goes, right now nobody's in on her for anything. She said Lourdes has shown some interest in volleyball. And you and I looked at each other like, you've got to be kidding me.
Yeah, that's a head scratcher for me. I've watched her the last 4 years. I mean, I thought she was exceptional as a freshman, and I think she's upped her game each and every year. And she's one of those rare players that, at 6'3", she's in the entire rotation.
Yes.
So I think for Ayersville, this might be a match that if you can get it to go 5 sets, you might have an advantage because she's been out on the floor a long time with that 5-setter Monday night, and, of course, we'll see what happens here tonight.
I'm not sure what the discussion between the floor and the tower official was there, but whatever it was, I don't think it was satisfactory for Tav Tyler's tastes. Are they checking the rotation here? It looks like they might be. Now, remember, Ayersville lost set point in set number 1 on a rotation violation, and they're double-checking here again. This would be crucial, though, leading 16-15, trying to get the equalizer in set 2.
Especially when there has not been an easy point for the Pirates all night long. So they've been, scratching tooth and nail just to get a point here and there. And somehow they've worked their way back to a slight lead.
So everything seems to be satisfactory. And Baker will go back to serve. Good first touch by Sheets. They'll set Waldren off the dink. Rodriguez unloads out of bounds off the block.
Well, right now, Hilltop continues to make hay off the serve of Libby Baker, who had the longest run of the opening set for either team.
She takes kind of a crow hop on her serve. It's a little bit unique as they'll run the slide play. Sheets the lefty, and that was just quick reaction to get out of the way by Libby Baker and pull back to let that ball go long.
Yeah, it looked like Sheets was just trying to get a piece of Libby Baker there, but somehow she dove out of the way, and now 3 straight by the Cadets to retake the lead.
That is a laser. Waldren unloads and give her her 3rd kill of the second set, and it brings us back to 17-17. So here's Sheets. Tremendous serving performance Monday night in that big win over top-seeded Pettisville. Baker will have to bump this over. They'll get something in system. It'll be Michael. Baker from her knees. Rodriguez. Oh, what an angle!
Tremendous play by the 6-footer Brooklyn Rodriguez that time. Ayersville sent the double attack block down the middle. She threw a wrench there, was able to push it there to that right side. Smart play.
Far pin, Waldren. Well, she gets the termination off the dink. Nothing that Van Arsdalen could do. Kendra Waldren putting some stats together here in set number 2. We're tied at 18, and she will go back to serve. Cosmo with a good first touch. Rodriguez. Pick your poison.
That's a tough combination. You get Libby Baker in the back row, and you think you might have a chance to catch up. Instead, you have to deal with another big hitter in Brooklyn Rodriguez, and Rodriguez once again gets the termination.
And tell you what, right now, Ayersville will take it any way they can get it. Little help from the tape. Well played. You don't have to be fancy, just effective.
A great job by Ryland once again. Just kind of threw a change up there, spotted it perfectly.
Sierra. Odd spin on that ball as it comes down, and Rodriguez sends it long. First one to 20. We always talk about it. It becomes a 5-point set if you can get there first. And right now, Ayersville trying to come up with the equalizer. Good deep serve. Baker plays it. Ayersville's going to get a free ball. Eldridge in system. Beecher on the dink, tap back, and we got a violation.
Now that time net violation on the Pilots, and that's going to create another tie, this one at 20 apiece. Now with Rodriguez back to serve, that means Libby
Baker goes to the front row. Yep. Well, that rolled right up Waldren's arms. Boer will send over a free ball. One guess who's getting set. Baker showing some touch. Sierra, love the effort, but just too good. I've got her unofficially now for 10 terminations in the second set alone. 21-20. Ayersville realizes the importance of this. We'll take a quick timeout. Pilots trail 1-0. They're down 21-20 here in set number 2. We're back after this on DCTV Sports.
The Strady Center for the Arts. Entertainment on a whole new level. The Strady Center for the Arts presents a full lineup of culture and entertainment right here in our community. Check out the full lineup and purchase your tickets today at defiancearts.org.
Nip and tuck here in set number 2. There you see a very focused head coach Tav Tyler for Ayersville. They got blown out in set number 1, 25-11. They trail 21-20 here in set number 2. Back to serve, Bryn Rodriguez, the 6-foot junior. Right at Sierra, good first touch. They'll get something in system. Off the slide play, and Beecher with her 6th kill of set number 2 brings us even at 21.
Well, she's had such a high IQ game here tonight, and that time just pushed it to that back corner, spotted an opening.
Eldridge, a 93% server, back to put a fist into it. Baker unloads. They didn't cover the middle. That has been a sore spot for the Ayersville coaching staff all season long.
Well, that's too bad because they had a nice-looking block on Baker that was up in the air for a little while. They just had no one there in the middle.
Yep. Waldren out of the back row, miss hits. And now all of a sudden, despite being the first one to 20, they're 2 points away from set point, and Ayersville wants another timeout. We'll take a Mark Moats Ford break with them. Back after this on DCTV Sports.
Stanball Jewelers is your trusted source for diamonds, fine jewelry, watches, and gifts. Whether you're looking for a dazzling engagement ring, a timeless anniversary gift, or a present for someone special, Stanball Jewelers has something for every occasion. Visit us today and discover why we've been serving the community since 1948.
Both crowds getting into it. Hilltop entering tonight's district final as the 2nd seed. Ayersville, the 4th seed. After upsetting top-seeded Pettisville on Monday night in 5 sets, Hilltop got pushed and beat 3rd-seeded Edgerton in 5. Edgerton fans, we know your pain, but we're not going to go there. The scoreboard doesn't lie. 23-21. They'll set Boer. The block is there from Baker. And we've reached triple set points.
Just incredible when their backs were to the wall here in this second set. Hilltop has come up big.
Stanball Jewelers triple set points, serving the community and the area since 1948. Van Arsdalen puts a good fist into it. Beecher has to dink it over, and it pays off! Rylan Beecher with her 7th kill of the second set.
Now she's played tremendous here in that time. Really the only shot she had was the dink, but she executed perfection. Still double set point against for the Pilots.
Deep serve, good first touch. Baker will try and finish it off. Beecher gets a hand on it. Sheets way deep. Bumped up, can Baker do something with it? Eldridge lays out. This will be a freebie. Oh, that almost hit the back corner, and Sheets raises her index finger above her head, just the way she planned it, right?
No question about it. What a gutsy shot that time by the junior Laney Sheets. And now they fought off another set point, but still looking at set point against here.
Beecher short. Oh! Kiss the tape. What an incredible stroke of luck on a Premier Bank ace.
Luck, string music there. That was perfectly placed. Had just enough English to go over. 3 consecutive points here by the Pilots, who have knotted things up at 24.
Sauce for the goose. The odds are now even at 24-24. Beecher, shanked by Baker, somehow kept alive. They're still in system. Boer, block, but we play on. Eldridge will set Boer again. Got it!
What a play by Kendall Boer that time, as the Cadets are going to burn a timeout. Look at that match point against.
A Stanbaugh Jewelers set point, this time though for Ayersville after erasing 3 set points for Hilltop. We will keep it here at 25-24. Without Grace Flory on the floor, senior Ryland Beecher has stepped up here in set number 2. 7 kills. How many points off of her serve right now, Scoop?
Well, she's been awfully big. In this game alone, she's had 7 points. So she's been a big part of the offense. And right now, for the first time tonight, the Pilots have a set point opportunity. And here's where you have to convert. You don't always get these, especially against a loaded team like Hilltop. Boy, this could be that momentum swing that the Pilots definitely need to even up.
4 straight off her serve after facing triple set point, which would have put them down 2 sets to love. Can the senior serve out what will be a huge twist in this match? Baker, tough first touch. They'll set her back about the 10-foot line. In system, Eldridge, the freshman Boer. Good up. Here comes Baker, unloads. Sierra's there. Boer will send over a free ball. Van Arsdalen to Baker again on the dink, but Sheets is there. Almost a collision. Another freebie out of the back row. Will they quick set? Nope, they're going to go to Baker, who puts it away.
Yeah, great defense that time by the Cadets, who really had to do a nice job of making some good digs, good first touches. But boy, once they got in system there, Baker delivers, and once again we're knotted up, this time at 25 apiece.
Ayersville had one good look at it. When they couldn't terminate, Hilltop just kept the pressure on. 25 all. Sent over on a freebie, and oh, what an angle by Sheets!
Well, we saw Sheets execute that near same shot moments ago, and that one gets the Pilots once again to set point.
And the freshman Boer back to serve. And maybe just a little pressure packed in the moment. It hits different when you're serving for a set. And look out now, because Baker's back to serve.
Boy, she's been lethal behind that service line.
Boy, Sierra with a great job. Here comes Michael. Oh, the hammer!
That may have been the hardest hit of the night. And how about Michael delivering there in crunch? And now the 3rd set point opportunity coming up for the Pilots.
Who else would you want back besides Laney Sheets? Laser across the tape. They'll set Rodriguez far pin. Great up by Sierra. Here comes Waldren. Dinks it over. We're tied! A set apiece!
Tremendous comfort behind set 2 win for the Pilots, who really had their backs to the wall. They played some great volleyball down the stretch. Boy, they had to earn it as they pull out a barn burner, 27-25.
Don't kick dirt on them just yet, as we have got a brand new ball game. Tied at a set apiece. We'll take a Mark Motes Ford timeout. County Road 424 in Defiance, and online at markmotesford.com. The critical swing 3rd set when we come back. You're watching DCTV Sports.
Brunswick Eye and Contact Lens Center. Personalized service and quality products in a friendly and caring atmosphere. Schedule your appointment today. Brunswick Eye and Contact Lens Center, Stadium Drive in Defiance, and online at visionsource-brunswickeye.com. Visit Mark Moats Ford and check out some of the best new Ford models. Mark Moats Ford has been serving the Defiance community since 1916. Visit them today, County Road 424 in Defiance, and online at markmoatsford.com. Estill Chevrolet Cadillac is this area's new and used car headquarters, earning your trust one satisfied customer at a time. Estill Chevrolet Cadillac, North Clinton Street in Defiance, and online at drivebobestill.com. Proudly serving the area with the highest quality contracting services for nearly 100 years. Baker Schindler Company of Defiance and Paulding, 419-782-5080. Online at baker-schindler.com. For the past 70 years, Midwest Community Federal Credit Union has been your financial partner, helping you achieve your dreams and secure your future. Midwest Community Federal Credit Union, with locations in Defiance, Bryan, and Napoleon. Find out more at midwestcommunity.org.
Buzz of Sounds, you see it right there. They nicknamed it the Thunderdome. It's got some atmosphere. Archibald High School Gymnasium, Brent Balbinot alongside Scoop Miller. District final. Volleyball action between the 4th-seeded Ayersville Pilots and the 2nd-seeded Hilltop Cadets. It is Division 7 action. And it all but looked like the Cadets were about to take a commanding 2-0 lead. But Rylan Beecher, the 5'8 senior middle hitter, served off 3 set points. She had 7 kills in that second set alone, and coming from behind, 28-26, the Pilots have evened this up at a set apiece. A crucial third set here, as Ayersville will start it off with their serve. Eldridge, Beecher on the dink, and they'll open up. Drawing first blood.
Well, she continues to play such a high IQ volleyball game out there tonight, taking advantage of what the Cadets are giving. That time well executed. The Pilots take the first point of set 3.
Well, Hilltop, I'm going to guess if Ayersville didn't have Hilltop's attention in that first set, Coach Janice Bruner got it for them in that last changeover, Scoop. They aren't here just to compete. They're here to win, and I saw a little fire being preached in that Hilltop huddle.
Well, no question about it. Hilltop has high expectations every year. This is their 4th consecutive 20-plus win season. They certainly expect to go to the regionals, but they know they're going to have to play well to earn it. Here they come out clicking here as consecutive service points by Van Arsdalen has given the Cadets a 3-1 advantage here early.
Van Arsdalen going right at Sheets, and there's a Premier Bank service ace.
Well, that's the second Premier Bank service ace of the match for Van Arsdalen.
You can see what a good server she is at nearly 92%. She had 68 aces this season. That set a single-season school record.
And now 4 consecutive service winners by Van Arsdalen has given some separation to the Cadets.
Boy, another laser. Waldren gets her platform down. Booher, the freshman, unloads, and look at this.
Yeah, she really came to life midway through that second set, and it's carried into this third set.
And Booher had 4 kills in that second set. Beecher back to serve. And mishandled by Baker. That'll be a Premier Bank service ace, yourpremierbank.com.
A great job by Beecher, who's really served right at Libby Baker several times here tonight.
And again, a low right in the middle of the chest, handling by Rodriguez, and that goes long. And all of a sudden, look, in baseball, and you've coached baseball long enough, if you go up against a starter that just stymies you, how many times have you heard the phrase, sometimes you just got to see somebody else. Get him out, we don't care how. Similar situation here. Baker, and she's pointing at her head, that is out of bounds. Now, wait a minute, we had off the block. The floor official was saying Ayersville point, and Hilltop's wondering which call is correct.
That should be Ayersville. I did not see a touch on that block.
Okay, there was
Attempt,
confusion.
anyways.
Quick set, Baker. There we go. And back, look, let's be honest, they're as good as number 11, and then we'll also throw in Bryn Rodriguez, number 10 is. But to be honest, it's 1 or 2 offensively in almost every system.
Yeah, and those two are awfully lethal, especially right there in the middle where they have the whole floor to work with. And there's a stuff there by Libby Baker. Great timing by the senior. This is what makes them so dangerous. Those weapons up front there, they're able to go on some runs here. We've seen that multiple times here tonight.
Well, look, Olivia Miller was as physical a middle blocker as Ayersville has seen all season long. It's a tremendous up in the front row there. That was actually number 2, Rising. Will play on, laying out Kuzmal, but couldn't handle it that time. But again, a situation where they just make you work so much, Scoop. You think you've got the point. Nope, you got to keep your head on a swivel here. You can't celebrate or let down too early.
Yeah, that's so important. And again, I think you want to just try to keep wearing teams and have that fifth set mentality advantage. There's going to be a service ace, a Premier Bank service ace. And comes at a good time there for Michaela Laker-Sierra. That knots things up at 7 apiece.
It's 33 on the season for Sierra as the bottom falls out of that one. They'll hit Baker almost out of the back row, and it's long. Back to the point I was trying to make there, Scoop, though. Again, Olivia Miller for Pettisville, as physical as a middle blocker as Ayersville's faced all season long, and that includes even the Tenora's front row. But, it clips the tape, and Laker-Sierra, with another Premier Bank ace to put Ayersville up 9-7. It's one thing to be physical. It's another thing to have height. Rodriguez is 6 foot, although she's got long arms. She plays taller. And then, of course, Baker at 6'3". You just can't replicate that in practice. As a matter of fact, more often than not, even your best teams in your conference aren't going to be able to put somebody that tall and that physical on the floor.
You're exactly right. And, those live reps is where you get your strides. And once again, how about Libby Baker continuing to cause problems for this back row of the Pilots as Baker gets another point off for serve to tie things up at 9.
They'll set down the middle. Rodriguez, what an up by Sierra. And that's going to be a violation. Double contact. Takes away a tremendous dig by Laker-Sierra.
That really was, because that serve by Baker kind of put Ayersville on defense, and they got in the strike zone, but yet they had an incredible dig, all for naught.
Waldren goes cross court from her knees. Kuzmal can't. And she got a great dig, but unable to save it. And here we go, back and forth again, tied at 10. Sheets in to serve for the Pilots. Long run there by Johansson, and long from Baker. Well, we talked about it amongst many things with Coach Bruner prior to the game, but the setter is basically 100% responsible for the second pass in this Hilltop offense, and it doesn't matter where that ball goes. And she had a long run there. Waldren sends it over. They'll set Rodriguez on the dink, and Michael was preparing basically for the hammer, and that one just kind of slid right down her forearm.
Yeah, that may be the way to attack a girl like Brooklyn Michael, who's so effective with her net game. That time the changeup kind of threw off the timing.
Combo play, dinked over, but Rodriguez is there. They'll set far pin Rising. Waldren with a good up, and they'll set Waldren. The block is there by Rodriguez, and that'll do it. That's about the best swing, best timing that Waldren's had all night, and yet, yeah, there's more than Libby Baker in the middle of that front row for Hilltop. Bryn Rodriguez, a solid player in her own right. Miscommunication, Waldren lays out. She'll get an opportunity here from about the 10-foot mark, and there's Brooklyn Michael.
Yeah, the block party is back. Great job by Brooklyn once again. Read that like a book, timed it perfectly. And now we have another tie, this time at 12.
Waldren goes right at Baker. They'll set Rodriguez on the dink. Nice save by Waldren. Quick set, Rodriguez goes over again. Third time is a charm.
A great job by Rodriguez. She's got one gear. She's that aggressor up there. Anytime that she sees an overpass, she's going after it heavily.
Deep serve, Waldren's got it. Beecher. Wow. There's that back row play that just is so strong for Hilltop. In system, Rising. Let that ball fall a little low. Michael, pass was a little low behind her. Whoa! Eldridge runs into her, she's down, and that's one pass too many. Michael kind of forgot the situation there, and you saw Eldridge literally run up her backside saying, get over, I've got to get to it. And you're not going to win too many points like that. Michael goes cross court. Rising from the far pin. Waldren, nice job. Beecher unloads, it's long. Coach Bruner gets the ball. Hands it to Rising. Eldridge on the net. Michael!
Termination. That's so tough to defend when they can get it in her strike zone, but that time that quick set was timed beautifully.
Booher across the net. Running towards it, Rodriguez. It's a long run for Eldridge. Waldren out of the back row. They'll set Rodriguez in the middle. That's her third kill of this set.
Yeah, their middle attack game is no secret. They're going to hit you early and often right in the middle of the floor, but how you stop that is the million-dollar question. And now Hilltop up by 3, trying to get a little separation.
Well, Rodriguez served just as the whistle sounded, and what happened here? What was the violation there?
Well, the Cadets knew it, but I'm not sure if they were out of rotation. They looked at each other like, yeah, that was on us. Well, that's a huge break.
Huge. And a service ace for Allison Eldridge. Another Premier Bank service ace.
Well, that's the third ace of this set and the 8th of the match here for the Pilots.
They're going to set Baker far pin. Eldridge back sets. Beecher tries to push. Baker moving forward. Well, Waldren, doesn't matter. You don't get style points. Just make it work. There's a free ball. Uh-oh, look out. Baker wanted that, and she's going to get it off the set with the dink. Good job by Clark. Waldren back row. Rising kept it alive. Rodriguez out of the back row. Give her another kill.
Great pipe set that time for the Cadets as Rodriguez, as they do so many times within their offense, have that back row attack, and she catches the baseline that puts the Cadets up 1 here.
Moving towards the net. This will be a free one. Clark couldn't do anything with it. Here comes Baker. The block is there. They're going to set her again. You know it. Oh, no. They're going to go far pin. They didn't really run a combo play. Baker looked like she thought she was being set. Long reach by Rising. It will fall. And Ayersville pulls to within a point, 17-16.
Paz continue to battle. And right now, Rylan Beecher has been awfully effective behind the service stripe.
A little bit of a run there for Van Arsdalen, and Baker picking up where she left off. She's been a little quiet here early in this third set.
Well, that was a huge side out there for Hilltop, as Beecher has really been the catalyst as far as that offense from the service stripe tonight.
Kuzmal, deep serve. Not sure what Waldren could do there. Here comes Baker again. Another kill.
Well, Baker's starting to get a second wind here in this second set, and I think Coach Tyler recognized it. She's going to burn a timeout.
Baker unofficially I've got with 22 kills so far this evening. We've got a timeout, 19-16. It's a Mark Motes Ford timeout. County Road 424 in Defiance. Online at markmotesford.com. We're back after this on DCTV Sports. There you take a look at the Hilltop huddle. Pretty much businesslike. After just dismantling Ayersville in the first set, 25-11, they had 3 set points in set number 2, but Rylan Beecher served off each one of those. In fact, she had 7 kills in that set. And eventually Kendra Waldren put away the point that got him to a 28-26 Ayersville second set victory. So we sit knotted at a set each, a critical third set. Both these teams went 5 sets on Monday night to advance to tonight's action. And there you get a good look at Brooklyn Kuzmal. All 5 feet of her. Feisty libero. Ready to serve with her team up 19-16. Waiting for the official whistle. Now, Coach Bruner is asking for clarification on something. Apparently she gets it. And Kuzmal gets the okay to serve. A little short. Tough first pass. Here comes Waldren. It won't clear the net. And there is where 6'3" Libby Baker in the middle gets into opposition's heads. 9 out of 10 times, Ayersville wouldn't have rushed on that, but you knew all 6'3" of her was there, and it just threw the timing off. Speaking of all 6'3" of her, whoa! And the block is there. Boer! Freshman meets senior, and that time the freshman gets the better of her.
Great job by Boer once again, as Boer and Clark there were strategically placed there in the middle with that double block attack. Going up against the big girl, and they execute. Wow, huge point. Trims the lead to 3.
2017, Hilltop still with a little bit of padding. We always talk about that first team to 20 has the advantage. We've had more stoppages of play here, and again, I think, are they checking on the rotation here? And everything appears to be okay. In the meantime, Laker Sierra trying to stay locked in. Low serve. Baker took it, and she's coming from the near pin. Just doesn't seem to matter where you put her on the floor, does it?
It really doesn't, but, primarily she's been in the middle of the night, but that time she's on the opposite side, but it didn't matter. And she's able to get that tough cut angle kill for the point that gets Hilltop ever so close, or just 4 points away.
Now what do we have here? Another whistle, and is this another rotation violation? Wait a minute. Oh, my goodness. And Tav Tyler is, I've never seen her angry. I've seen her I've never even heard her raise her voice. She is so low-key, but right now that's another freebie, and it couldn't have come at a much worse time for Ayersville. Now down 23-17.
Again, every point's been so difficult to come up with tonight, really for both teams after that first set at least. And we saw the side judge come out, take a look at the rotation. I think that was at the request of the Hilltop coaching staff.
I agree.
And but then they kind of had an eye on it and looked like maybe almost like a false start in a sense. They moved a little bit too soon there before there was service contact, and they get called for the violation. So, boy, it just comes at an ill-opportune time. And now Hilltop just 3 points away from taking a 2-1 advantage.
Well, Hilltop was 3 points away from taking a 2-0 advantage.
Well, don't think that wasn't discussed in the timeout. Yep. You know, hey, we've been here before. We have to close out the set. Certainly was the word from Janice Bruner.
Libby Baker, all business as she goes down the middle. Good first touch by Waldren. They'll set Michael, who gets the kill.
Now, great response from Ayersville out of the timeout. They get in system right away, and they go to Brooklyn Michael. And that's just, boy, that's a tough matchup for anyone, and she gets the kill off the block.
Sheets, very short serve. If Baker's not 6'3", that's an ace. Waldren goes cross court, but Kuzma is there, and they'll hit Baker out of the back row. Uh-oh, that one was shanked, and this is going to be a long run, and Ayersville sends over a freebie. Quick set, Rodriguez. She has been the go-to player here in set number 3 for Hilltop. That's her 5th kill.
Yeah, she's really carried the load, and that's unfortunate because Sheets really had served what looked like was going to be an ace, but the 6'3" Baker was able to get to it.
Eldridge, not quite a quick set, but Michael with a hammer. She gets the kill. Ayersville trying to hang tough, down 23-19. I believe Waldren will do the honors. She will. Well, she's not wasting any time either. Puts a fist right into it. Rodriguez on the dink. Great layout by Waldren. They'll do it again. This time Rodriguez with the hammer. Kill number 6 of set number 3. And they now have 5 set points.
Yeah, quintuple set point coming up for the Cadets. Maybe trying to learn their lesson from that second set. You have to keep playing.
Good deep serve. Waldren is there. Far pin. Block. Couldn't handle it. That's one too many contacts, right?
I hit the antenna.
Nope, they're going to say an antenna violation, so take your pick as well.
They do fight off one Stanball Jewelers set point, but they still have quadruple set point against.
Here's Michael putting a fist into it. They'll set far pin. Rodriguez sends it long. All right. Well, Brooklyn Michael's just going to stay a serving machine right now.
Tell you what, a little athleticism by veteran line judge James Grimm out there to get out of the way of that one. But
Well, the first ball went into the practice gym. An Ayersville fan thought he was helping, but they grabbed another as that's a deep serve. Whoa, they're going to hit Baker out of the back row, but I don't know if she can do much with this one. And speaking of not much with this one, Ayersville sends over a freebie. Look out here. Rodriguez, there it is. 25-21. Off the 7th kill of the set for Rodriguez, and Hilltop goes up 2-1. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. Back after this Mark Motes Ford timeout. Mark Motes Ford serving the Defiance community since 1916. Located on County Road 424 in Defiance and online at markmotesford.com. Back after this on DCTV Sports.
Discover affordable transfer opportunities at Northwest State.
Start here and save thousands on tuition.
Our advising team will help you get your credits transferred.
So don't wait another minute. Get started today.
Simplify your everyday banking with convenient account options and digital banking features that fit your unique lifestyle. Premier Bank, everyday banking solutions designed for you. Explore solutions today at yourpremierbank.com. The Strady Center for the Arts, entertainment on a whole new level. The Strady Center for the Arts presents a full lineup of culture and entertainment right here in our community. Check out the full lineup and purchase your tickets today at defiancearts.org. Stamball Jewelers is your trusted source for diamonds, fine jewelry, watches, and gifts. Whether you're looking for a dazzling engagement ring, a timeless anniversary gift, or a present for someone special, Stamball Jewelers has something for every occasion. Visit us today and discover why we've been serving the community since 1948. Brunswick Eye and Contact Lens Center. Personalized service and quality products in a friendly and caring atmosphere. Schedule your appointment today. Brunswick Eye and Contact Lens Center, Stadium Drive in Defiance, and online at visionsource-brunswickeye.com. Visit Mark Moats Ford and check out some of the best new Ford models. Mark Moats Ford has been serving the Defiance community since 1916. Visit them today, County Road 424 in Defiance, and online at markmoatsford.com.
Back and forth we go as we welcome you back to Archibald High School Gymnasium, otherwise known as the Thunderdome. District final volleyball action happens to come in Division 7 as the 4-seeded Ayersville Pilots trying to hang with the 2nd-seeded Hilltop Cadets. The winner advances to next week's action. It will be at Lakota. And right now, Hilltop trying to close it out. They do not want to go a 5th set. Ayersville trying to force a 5th set. Cadets won set 1, 25-11. They had 3 set points in set number 2, but senior Brooklyn Michael served off all 3. Kendra Waldren hit the winner, 28-26. Pilots pushed again in set number 3, but the Cadets won it 25-21. And they will serve to open up set number 3. It'll be Bryn Rodriguez. Out of the back row, Waldren. And that will sail long. A tremendous effort by Gianna Rising.
And remember, the Pilots have 3 come-from-behind wins this season, including one Monday night right here at the Thunderdome, where they came from behind to knock off number 1 seeded Pettisville.
Good low serve. Long run, Rising sets up Baker. Oh, that was touched. You can see by the reaction on Laker Sierra's face, she wished she was just a second faster. It's so tough when that ball's coming in on you that hot. Are you going to play it? Are you not? And it goes out of bounds off of her. Ayersville dropping 4 back in receive. Near corner. Clark goes cross court, and that pays off. Kelsey Clark coming into tonight's match with just 23 kills. Both she and Zartman having to play some extra minutes without Grace Flory. And she picks up a piece of stats there. This one dumped over, but Sierra's there. Combo play. Booer!
That's been a fantastic start. I know it's early, but you can see the desire in the eyes there of the Pilots. They're still clicking. They're working together so well, and that time the freshman's able to connect.
Beecher goes deep. Rodriguez first touch. Here comes Baker. Little pinball, but they'll play on. Are they going to set Baker again? You bet. This one dinked over. Great layout by Eldridge. Oh, my goodness. Sierra dove into the bleachers. I thought I saw her head snap back, but fortunately she must have caught herself with her forearms. But wow, tremendous effort.
It was, and those bleachers aren't giving anything with the hundreds of fans that are sitting over there.
Waldron unloads. It's long. I checked with administration earlier today, just had a few spare minutes to myself. I asked you on the air what you thought Archibald, or more specifically the Thunderdome seats, and you said how many?
Well, with the end zone out, at one time it seated 2250.
At its max right now with its current configuration. How much you going with?
Right now it's going to be about 1,600.
Okay. I was told 1,800. I guessed 15.
The reason I said I normally would have said 1,800, but a few years ago, they took out several rows of bleachers on the opposite side so they could put chairs for the players down there instead of having to sit in the first row of the bleachers itself. That way the fans can walk behind there, get to their seats.
Oh, wow.
Walk in front of the players and coaches and so forth.
Giada Rising showing some finesse on the dink. Ties us up at 4-all.
Tremendous placement there by Rising. We have our third tie here of this 4th set.
There's a lot of spin on that serve from Baker. Far pin, Clark unloads. A collision. Free ball for the Pilots. Oh, on the dump. Eldridge still couldn't get it because Van Arsdalen laid out. Here comes Michael. Van Arsdalen again. Rodriguez tries for placement. Waldren tries for placement. Oh, what a dink. Sometimes we've talked about this so many times, Scoop. It's not always how hard you hit it, but where you put it.
Yeah, great discretion that time by the Cadets.
Van Arsdalen all smiles as Baker unloads. Setting far pin to Clark. Oh, that was close. It went just a bit long. Feast or famine. Keeps Baker back at service. And good communication, especially by the back row for the Pilots to let that one go long. Sheets will check back in. Clark will take a seat for Ayersville. Sheets, good low serve. They'll set Rodriguez far side. Guess who's there? Brooklyn Michael.
Tremendous job by Michael. And again, not an easy thing when you get it in the strike zone of Bryn Rodriguez, who brought the heat that time.
Sheets goes deep, and they will play it. Bumped up. Can Rodriguez get her timing down? Cross court. Not quite a quick set, but Rodriguez, wow, what a cut. What a cut shot.
Violation, I think.
Did she hit the net? Yes, they're saying a net violation. So we'll take away that kill, and a rare show of emotion from Coach Bruner. She is not happy. Rodriguez goes cross court again, but Beecher's there. Waldren trying to make something out of a tough set. Dinked over by Rising, and the block is there.
How about Rodriguez once again? Timed that perfectly. And wow, we now have had 5 ties here, and we're only at 7-7.
Johansson with the serve. Quick set. Michael. Johansson tried the dig. Baker's there. Can they save this? Yes, they can. Ayersville will have to keep earning it. Michael gets stopped, and that's what Hilltop does to you.
Incredible. That's a point that Ayersville gets 99% of the time, but when you have the likes of a Bryn Rodriguez, you have the ability to turn that thing around, which they did.
Johansson with a service ace, a Premier Bank service ace. And a mini run now for the Cadets. Make it 9-7, up 2-1. Another bullet serve. Another Premier Bank service ace. And a timeout by the Pilots. We'll take a Mark Motes Ford timeout as well. County Road 424 in Defiance. Online at markmotesford.com. Down 2-1 and 10-7 in set number 3. Ayersville doesn't have any more room for error. Hilltop trying to close it out when we come back on DCTV Sports. Hilltop has the momentum right now, up 2-1 and 10-7 in set number 4. Ayersville coach Tav Tyler trying to break that momentum up with a timeout, but right there you see a very confident-looking group of cadets breaking their huddle and actually motioning to their fans, get up, make some noise.
Well, right now they're kind of smelling it. 4 consecutive points turned a 7-6 deficit into a 10-7 advantage. Now just 15 points away from closing out the match.
Johansson still at the service line. Michael changes that with the kill and the side out.
Just as you draw it up during the timeout, and Ayersville comes out, delivers. Michael gets the termination. Huge point there for the Pilots.
Waldren, boy, right in the middle of the court. Rodriguez dumps it over. Waldren lays out. If they can save it, they can. It's a free ball. Near pin. Rising with the dink. Ayersville just out of system. Set to the middle. How many people crashed the net there for Hilltop, and it's out of bounds. An unorthodox termination for Rodriguez, but it counts nonetheless. And Giada Rising back to serve. 98% on the season. So reliable. That's a tough set. It's really a non-set. Up 12-8. Ayersville's got to regroup. Rising trying to keep the pressure on. Goes deep at Waldren. Beecher. Got it.
Oh, what a side out that time by Ayersville. Great first contact. Great soft set. And a much needed kill.
Deep serve. This will come out of the back row. Rodriguez. Waldron's been active in that back row. Rodriguez gets the kill. Michael will check out. 13-9. A little bit of a run here. Sierra from her knees. Nice job on the serve receive. Johansson will set Baker. Dinks it over. She is just so heady.
And again, you can see that little extra bounce in their step right now on the Hilltop side, and Ayersville looking a little fatigued, just a step away right now. We'll see if they can find that second wind here.
Good first touch. They'll get something in system. Beecher. It's long. And I'm waiting to see if Coach Tyler wants a timeout here. Down 15-9. She will not take one. Rodriguez, again, a bullet serve. Look out. This is going to be a joust at the net. Good aggressive play by Boer. Rising with the dump. This is going to be well off the 10-foot mark for Boer. Couldn't do much with it. Baker attacking the net, but the block is there. Rising cross court. Eldridge, good set. Boer gets it stuffed by Baker. Boer goes deep. Oh, what's our violation here? We had Baker fall down and go under the net, and she is down. She's being surrounded by her teammates right now and appears to be okay. She's waving off her assistant. Clearly, I'm following the track of the ball, so I don't know if she collided with a teammate or if she just twisted something and went down on her own.
I see her get up under her own power, but I'm not sure. You can't sub on this situation. They're going to replay the point.
They'll replay the point, but Baker has to stay in. She's working with her right shoe, and I think she has an ankle brace on. Waldren barely caught a piece of that. Sierra tried to set it up, and they're going to set near pin. Dinked over by, oh my goodness. Well, it happens so often, right? You're going to focus, sometimes double team, maybe even cheat Libby Baker, and then boom, somebody else steps up, in this case, Van Arsdalen, and now Coach Tyler wants a timeout, down 16-9. Mark Motes Ford timeout. Check them out on County Road 424 and online at markmotesford.com. Back after this on DCTV Sports.
Estill Chevrolet Cadillac is this area's new and used car headquarters, earning your trust one satisfied customer at a time. Estill Chevrolet Cadillac, North Clinton Street in Defiance, and online at drivebobestill.com.
Fourth set action. District Championship. Division 7 volleyball style, live from Archbold, the Thunderdome. Fourth-seeded Ayersville trying to stay with second-seeded Hilltop. The second-seeded Cadets lead the Pilots 2-1 and are in control right now in set number 4, 16-9.
Yeah, it's been a 10-2 run right now for the Cadets. Get some serious separation.
Rodriguez puts a fist into it. Boy, nasty serve. Waldren out of the back row with the dink. They'll set Baker. Unloads out of bounds off the block. The tower official. Now, wait a minute. I could have sworn that went out of bounds off the block. The tower and the floor official both looked at each other. The tower official was going to signal Hilltop ball, and she stopped. Wow, unless my lion eyes deceive me, I think Ayersville might have just drawn a break there, and they get one, but right back to Hilltop off the termination.
And that time looked like Libby Baker was able to get up as her normal self and gets the kill.
17-10, deep serve. Beecher's there. It's a long way to run for Eldridge. All 6 Pilots were basically behind the 10-foot mark. They were back on their heels. Here's Clark. It's down! Kelsey Clark with her second kill of the set.
Oh, huge shot by the junior Kelsey Clark that catches the chalk there. And boy, that was a much-needed point, as is this one right here.
Beecher. Big looping serve. Baker just unloads. I don't think there's any question. With a spot in the next round on the line, you're going to feed your alpha. And Libby Baker right now with 4 kills in this set alone. She only had 3 in the last set by my count. She's over 20 on the night. And here's Kuzmal. They go at Sierra. Clark far pin. Well, that was well placed. Who wants it? And the block is there. Libby Baker sends it back to the freshman.
Oh, that was good offense by the Pilots, but better defense that time by the Cadets as Libby Baker continues her block party here tonight. And the Cadets creep closer to that 20-point.
They lead 19-11, and that hits the line judge. What do we have there, a violation?
Now that time I think Rodriguez caught in the net for the Cadets.
So that'll make it 19-12 on the side out. Sierra. Well, there's no such thing as a 7-point serve. You just got to chip away one at a time. Lefty. Boy, nifty serve. Moving towards the net. Tough angle for Rising. They'll set Waldren. From her knees, Donahue's there. Johansson tries to guide it deep. Quick sets. Just long by Michael. 20-12, and now Hilltop's fans beginning to smell it. And look who's back to serve. Baker, beauty of a serve. Waldren, the timing on that play was just off. Uncharacteristically in this set here, Scoop, I have very few kills for both teams. It's been mistakes and service errors that have led to both teams' points. That's an overpass. Ooh, and Waldren stepped in front of Sierra. Who wants this? Uh-oh, look out. This is a huge break for Ayersville. Wow.
And now the Pilots have to go on a run here.
You have to.
Down by 8.
Laney Sheets. Who else would you rather have back there for Ayersville right now?
That's who I'd want to have.
On the dump. Eldridge sets Michael. Tapped once by Donahue. Again, they're running Baker out of the back row right now. Eldridge sets Waldren. Baker, all 6'3" of her. She's so good anywhere she is on the court.
Her back row play is so underrated. I mean, she gets a lot of balls.
Oh, what an up by Molesman. Can they save it? Yes. And Ayersville will have to try and earn it again. Michael does.
A great job by Ayersville. They continue to bring the heat. That time, plenty of pressure on the Cadets. Ayersville searching for life here, trailing by a touchdown, 21-14, deep in set 4.
Sheets trying to stay focused. We got a whistle, and oh, look at this. That time a rotation violation by Hilltop. Conversation is taking place here. Coach Bruner wants clarification. Oh, they're going to replay it. They are going to replay it.
That's one of those, there was no flag. They pick it up, put it back in the pocket. Bottom line is you want them to get it right.
Sheets goes deep. Right at Van Arsdalen. That's an overpass. Now can Ayersville do something with it? Waldren tries. Rodriguez stuffs it right back. Waldren will try again. They'll set Rodriguez in the middle. It's wide. Interesting. Pilots refuse to go away into the night.
Well, this has been big. 3 consecutive points here by the Pilots. Sheets trying to add another.
It's down for a service ace.
The truck came flying up.
Oh, my. Laney Sheets, can you thread a needle again?
My goodness. That not just hit the line. That hit the outside of the line. That's all that matters.
She's going to go deep again this time. Kuzmo's there. And Rodriguez with the kill.
Oh, that's a tough break. That would have brought the roof off the place here at the Thunderdome. Instead, it's a much-needed side out by the Cadets. And now Ayersville needs another response quickly.
Hayden Johansson. Michael. Woo! That thing was coming, wasn't it?
Great job that time on the quick set and the quick termination that followed.
It's the old phrase, if it hits you, leave a 2-foot hole coming out the back. Goodness. 22-17, Waldren trying to get him closer. Kuzma with a good first touch. Ooh, and that goes right off the grill of Ryland Beecher as Rodriguez now has 4 kills here in set 4. And they're 2 points away from advancing. Low serve. Beecher. Playable. Whoa, and miscommunication. A collision and nobody played the ball between Elena Russell and Libby Baker. So here comes Michael to serve. Did she touch that? It's long. Boy, that was a last-second decision by Giada Rising, and it brings us to the Stambaugh Jewelers match point.
Not just match point, sextuple match point for the Cadets trying to move on to the regionals.
Uh-oh, tough first serve. This will be a free ball if they clear it. They'll get it in system. Here comes Baker. There it is. Hilltop got pushed. 25-11, 26-28, 25-21, 25-18 in set number 4. The second-seeded Cadets knock off the 4th-seeded Pilots. They will advance to Lakota next week. And for the Pilots, the season comes to an end. And for 2 seniors, Addison Zartman and Ryland Beecher, a distinguished prep career in an Ayersville volleyball uniform. And the emotions are now hitting on that Pilot bench. We will take a quick timeout. Back with the Brunswick Eye and Contact Lens Center postgame show. You're watching DCTV Sports.
For the past 70 years, Midwest Community Federal Credit Union has been your financial partner, helping you achieve your dreams and secure your future. Midwest Community Federal Credit Union, with locations in Defiance, Bryan, and Napoleon. Find out more at midwestcommunity.org.
Discover affordable transfer opportunities at Northwest State.
Start here and save thousands on tuition.
Our advising team will help you get your credits transferred.
So don't wait another minute. Get started today.
Simplify your everyday banking with convenient account options and digital banking features that fit your unique lifestyle. Premier Bank, everyday banking solutions designed for you. Explore solutions today at yourpremierbank.com.
Back at Archibald High School Gymnasium, it is the Thunderdome, and boy, what a battle royale here this evening. But just too much firepower for Hilltop, and in particular, again, what else can you say about Libby Baker? And I would also throw Bryn Rodriguez in as well, just as tremendous a 1-2 punch as you're going to find on any roster in this bracket. As a matter of fact, unofficially, I had Baker for 28 kills, Rodriguez with 14, and that's just simply too tough to overcome. As we welcome you back, the Brunswick Eye and Contact Lens Center post-game show is now underway. Keep your eyes healthy for a long life of clear vision. Brunswick Eye and Contact Lens Center, your family's vision source. Stadium Drive in Defiance and online at visionsource-brunswickeye.com. Brent Balbinot alongside Scoop Miller. Scoop, Ayersville being awarded their district final medals, and I know that there's nothing you can say as a coach, as a parent, even as a teammate in a moment like this when your season comes to an end, and certainly as a senior, your prep career, at least in your team's uniform, has come to an end. But what a tremendous job by this group, and hopefully in a couple of weeks they'll be able, with maybe clearer eyes, be able to look back and hold their heads high on just a tremendous accomplishment this season.
No question about it. What they were able to do all season long, the improvement we saw throughout the season, and the gutty effort we saw here throughout this week in the district tournament was just fantastic. This one always is going to sting, but the sun will come up tomorrow morning, and they certainly can walk out of this building with their heads held high, because the worst pain is the pain and regret where you wonder what if and so forth. They left it all out there. They can't go home wonder, man, if I'd have tried harder on this or that. That wasn't the case. They ran into a buzzsaw tonight, the Hilltop Cadets. The Cadets over the last 4 seasons, Brent, 85-13. But they were pushed to the max here. They got that big start that they needed. They credit Ayersville. They didn't fold. They came right back, an impressive second set win. It really were in the cusp of grabbing that third set before Hilltop found their stride deep in that third set, and that probably was the difference here tonight.
Well, we talk about getting better. It's one of those things where I always ask each coach, especially coaches that maybe we haven't had the chance to cover on a regular basis, what areas have you improved the most in? Is there a player that has improved from either last year to this year, or from the start of this season to where we're sitting now? Another day to practice is another day to improve. Hilltop can certainly say that, but so can Ayersville. As a matter of fact, the last match against top-seeded Pettisville is a perfect example of that. This was a team that was so close so many times coming into this matchup at 11 and 13. They could easily have had 5 more wins, 0-5 in 5-set losses, and yet their first 5-set win of the season was knocking off the top-seeded team in this bracket. It just goes to show you don't play the game on paper.
You're exactly right, and we had that conversation on many road trips throughout this season that nobody wants to play this Ayersville team down the stretch because they have athletes. They have some competitors on that side. We've seen that. We've seen them improve throughout. So, boy, they left it all out there. It's just, again, you feel that hollow spot inside of you because you bleed for those kids. But, again, they can walk out of here, their heads up high. They gave these Pilot fans plenty to be thankful for.
They should smile right there. I know some of those might be a little forced and it's bittersweet, but a huge accomplishment. Likewise, on the other end of the gym, Hilltop, with it looks like a few fans also getting in on the act. All smiles as they know that they are advancing to the next round at Lakota next week. But Scoop, as I look down here again, just a couple of seniors. The vast majority, not just the bulk, the majority of this team right now will remain intact next year. And what we saw from freshman Kendall Boer, who had to come in and pick up more minutes with the absence of Grace Flory here tonight, I think it's fair to say the future looks very bright for this Ayersville volleyball team.
I think no question about it. There's certainly going to be a name that's going to be in the mix next year as far as talking GMC titles. This is a program that has 11 titles in its history, and the experience they gained this year, some of these big moments, probably none bigger than that Monday night 5-set thriller against the number 1 seeded Pettisville team, tells this team what they're capable of doing. And that certainly will be your message to the underclassmen here tonight, looking forward that, hey, we can control our own destiny. We just need to put in the time. We need to continue to work on those areas to make us a better team. And if we do that, the sky's the limit.
We're going to take a quick timeout. We are back to put some stats to the performances tonight. I'm not sure if we will get Coach Tav Tyler or not, understandably so. This is an incredibly emotionally raw moment. We'll give him a little bit of time for her to talk to her team. We'll be back, and if not, we'll put a bow on it. You are watching the Brunswick Eye and Contact Lens Center postgame show on DCTV Sports.
Brunswick Eye and Contact Lens Center. Personalized service and quality products in a friendly and caring atmosphere. Schedule your appointment today. Brunswick Eye and Contact Lens Center. Stadium Drive in Defiance and online at visionsource-brunswickeye.com.
What's the Defiance's paper's name again? I want to say the Edge. It's not right. Okay. We're back. Yes? Okay, we are back. The Brunswick Eye and Contact Lens Center postgame show. Keep your eyes healthy for a long life of clear vision. Brunswick Eye and Contact Lens Center, your family's vision source. Stadium Drive in Defiance and online at visionsource-brunswickeye.com. We're keeping an eye on the other end of the gym. Coach Tav Tyler is talking to the Crescent News. I knew it would come to me sooner or later, right? But what a tremendous match here this evening. 4 sets, second-seeded Hilltop knocks off fourth-seeded Ayersville 25-11, 26-28, 25-21, and 25-18. We gave you some unofficial stats for Hilltop, the 1-2 punch of Libby Baker and Bryn Rodriguez, 28 and 14 kills respectively. Unofficially, offensively for Ayersville, nobody hit double digits this time around. On Monday, now granted that game went 5 sets, Brooklyn Michael had 17 kills and just missed a double-double by 1 block. Let's see, Grace Flory had 13 kills, and Rylan Beecher just missed double-digit kills by 1. But not the case here this evening. Rylan Beecher unofficially I had with 9 kills. The freshman Kendall Boer with 7. And the junior Kendra Waldren with 5. Scoop, you were keeping track of service and service runs. What did you unofficially have there?
Well, the real difference as far as service was Libby Baker. She's the one that consistently had runs in each of the 4 sets, and it seemed like the Pilots just had no answer for her. And also credit this Hilltop team. They were super efficient with their serves. They did. I only had them down for a couple service errors throughout the entire match. They just continue to put pressure on that back row of the Pilots. And credit Hilltop as well, the fact that we talked about the big key to that Monday night win for Ayersville were those 13 aces they had against the number 1 seed Pettisville tonight. That number was really minuscule. The fact that the Cadets were so good with that first contact, it allowed them to get in the system early. And when you have the weapons they do that we mentioned all night up front, boy, that makes it tough math.
Let's get a headset ready, Coach Tyler. Absolutely. She's looking at me saying, do you want me? How could we not have her on after what this team has done so far this season? It comes to an end here this evening at the Thunderdome, but certainly we will break down a tremendous performance leading into tonight's matchup and get Coach's take on things. Thank you so much, Coach. I'm going to come over here a little bit. We'll stand for this one. And bring her up there, Ryan. Can you hear us okay, Coach?
Yep.
Bring her up a little bit more, please. There we go. Coach, you ran into a buzzsaw. Now, granted, you had the challenge, let's go ahead and say, of having to play the top 2 seed, so it wasn't like the path was paved over for you. Tip your cap to Hilltop. First things first. I mean, they are a class team. You saw why tonight. But after they just had their way in set number 1, can you just talk about your team's resilience and their grit to come back? Beecher serves off 3 set points. Waldren finishes it off. And at that point, it was dead even. Can you just talk about your team's resilience?
I feel like we definitely knew kind of what we had to do. The first set, crazy. We had a new lineup, all of that. I know the girls and myself included were all kind of confused, messed up of what to do since we didn't have Grace tonight. But we knew she was with us. We knew kind of going in what we needed to do. And I feel like they definitely took ownership that second set. And in that huddle, they were like, hey, we need to do this. We need to stay disciplined, stuff we've been talking about all season. Finally, they came together and they were like, we can do this. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that little we could do this like really set the tone for that second set.
And Coach, you didn't have a lot of seniors this year, but you had a couple really good ones. Tell us what this senior class has really meant for you in this program.
These seniors definitely showed the leadership from early on. They, all throughout summer, everything, they've been people I can rely on, both of them, and they also help the rest of the team get better as well. So I feel like they have definitely taken on that ownership role, and I am so proud to see Rylan come out of her shell so much more, take on that leadership, take on that ownership. Yesterday at practice, Rylan was telling our freshman Kendall kind of how to do stuff and helping coach that, and I'm really proud of how she is. And then Addie's always been a positive light for our team, and I'm super proud of how both of them have played this season.
You just went from your 2 senior leaders there to a freshman who basically was kind of thrown into the fire a little bit. It didn't seem to faze her at all. The bulk, not even the bulk, the majority of this team is back, and there's plenty of talent in that feeder system as well. The future looks very bright for your program.
Oh, yeah. I'm definitely excited for what's to come. Sad that the season's over, but excited to get right back at it next year.
Well, and the truth is, and Scoop and I have talked about this, there's only a handful of teams that finish the season with a win, and those are your state champs.
Yep.
But hopefully, with time being the benefactor, always hindsight being 20/20, if a week goes by, certainly a month goes by, with clearer eyes, this group should be able to look at what they did and hold their heads high. Is that what you're telling them?
I sure hope so. I am so extremely proud of how they played the season, and I hope they know how good they have gotten from the beginning to now and how much they have learned to play together, and they should be really proud of that.
Absolutely. And, Coach, again, congratulations. Tremendous run. We know it just never seems to go as far as you'd like it to go, but it certainly wasn't lacking effort tonight. These kids, after taking a couple punches that first set, came battling back and just were right there tooth and nail all the way. And certainly I know you're proud of these girls, and they certainly have every reason to walk out here with their heads up high here tonight.
Yeah, definitely.
Coach, appreciate not only your being available, but making your players available for us, giving me access as well as my cameraman throughout multiple practices this season. It just makes a difference. It not only allows us to see your group as players, but as people that not only represented the program, but really the school and the community with great distinction. Again, from us to you, thank you very much and congratulations on a great season.
Thank you.
We're going to take a quick timeout. When we come back, we will put a wrap on the Brunswick Eye and Contact Lens Center postgame show. You're watching DCTV Sports. Well, back at the Thunderdome Archibald High School Gymnasium, Brent Balbinot alongside Scoop Miller as we are putting the finishing touches on another Brunswick Eye and Contact Lens Center postgame show. Keep your eyes healthy for a long life of clear vision. Brunswick Eye and Contact Lens Center, your family's vision source. Stadium Drive in Defiance and online at visionsource-brunswickeye.com. Tremendous effort here this evening, but just simply too much. Libby Baker and Bryn Rodriguez for Hilltop as the fourth-seeded Pilots fall to second-seeded Hilltop in 4 sets. So the Cadets will advance. The Pilots will hang up their gear until next season. We've got one last piece of unfinished business to take care of. It's our BSN Sports Player of the Game. Our player will receive a DCTV Sports Player of the Game t-shirt, courtesy of BSN Sports. And tonight, you and I were talking about it during the break, senior Ryland Beecher really stepped up big this evening.
She really did. You know, when you look back at this match, how it unfolded, you know, that first set, you could see Ayersville a little uncertain. You don't have the likes of Grace Flory in the lineup. You're in this predicament really for the first time all season long. You've had to make some adjustments. They just weren't quite in sync, but the one constant out there we thought was Ryland Beecher, and she really stepped up, I thought, early in that second set, was able to catapult the Pilots there to that 28-26 second set win, and she never took her foot off the accelerator. She made big play after big play. As you mentioned, it wasn't really a game I thought that Ayersville lost. It was a game that Hilltop won.
Absolutely.
With the heavy hitters they had up front. So our congratulations certainly go out to Ryland Beecher. An outstanding performance here tonight. She's our BSN player of the night.
That's going to do it for our broadcast here this evening, and I believe it brings an end to our volleyball coverage as well. Our crew has done just a tremendous job all season long, folks, getting here well before we hit the air. It is hot, it is sweaty, it is dirty work. Matter of fact, if you'd like to work for DCTV Sports, we're taking all big brutes and anybody that can plug something into an electrical outlet. You can find out exactly what it takes to put a broadcast on. I know Josh Brooks looks over at me. There's more on the application form, but I'm giving them the basics right now. Basically says just walk through the door and they'll talk to you. Absolutely. But for our entire crew, who has just done a fantastic job this season, tonight, Josh, Will, Tristan, Ryan, and Richard. Big thank you going out to our sponsors for helping make our broadcast a possibility. Folks, if you enjoy our coverage, please walk through those businesses' doors, spend some money, patronize them, and let them know how much you appreciate their support of us. For Scoop Miller, I'm Brent Balbinot. As always, thanking you, the fan, for tuning in. Final score tonight, Hilltop advances a tough 4-set match against Ayersville. You've been watching a presentation of DCTV Sports.